Okay. Um, Wednesday, April 8th. So some of you need to do some catching up. Remember that you have. Let me start with what we did Monday. Remember, you're inserting 5 through 7 from the supplemental in and making it 8 through 10 in the final notebook. This will be the final notebook. We're keeping track of the notebook from now on. I'll do something different with the progression as we start moving into more permanent online learning. So 5 through 7. Copy and paste them and become 8 through 10. Criminal investigation and law enforcement. And the notes for that come from this self-paced Pear Deck. In the corner, you can play my videos in the background and then answer the questions as you go along. Mark that as done when you're done, even though it'll be graded within the Pear Deck. I'm talking about assignment 19, and so that goes with finishing up the Unit 2 notebook. So that those two were due today, as I explained on Monday. What we're going to do for the rest of the week, and remember, we're not doing anything new for Friday. Friday's not a day this week because of Good Friday. So this is an activity due to Monday night, I guess. Finishing the Modern Marbles. I see some of you have finished it. Remember, numbers 1 through 7 were due. Numbers 1 through 7 were already overdue. But the Modern Marble is talking about more about Locard's exchange principle and the idea that you take things and leave things at the crime scene. This movie talks about the advent of how crimes were beginning to be solved and very famous ones, and how forensics has been used. It's better to watch it in class. We get to talk about it, but unfortunately, for the lack of that, I want you to be exposed to it. It's a little bit of an older Modern Marbles, but it's some very historically relevant cases and how forensics was used. And I know you answered the first 3 cases, numbers 1 through 7. Continue to work through that for Monday. So you've got quite a bit of time to work on that. And the Locard's exchange principle Padlet, where you were looking at on the dashboard, where you were looking at, and I need to open that up, where you were looking at what things you would take with you, what things you would leave, and how you have a crime, and then what things you didn't think of looking at other people's. I've posted other people's as it opens up here. I've posted other people's. I need you to respond to looking at other people's responses, what they might leave behind. Looking at other people's responses, didn't you think of as far as picking up? So look at other people's responses. A couple of you were anonymous in there. Need to tell me who you are as I record those for credit. So the first 3 columns are overdue, and you need to finish the last 2 columns of that palette, and that probably should be wrapped up by Thursday. So the new addition for Wednesday then is finishing the Modern Marbles Forensic Science movie and the questions, and that will be for Monday of this coming week, 4/13. Next week, we're going to start looking at law enforcement more extensively. And you're going to end up doing a little bit of a longer term project where you're going to investigate and research and present on, for the screencast, a law enforcement agency, and we're also looking more at individual law enforcement as well. And that's our natural progression from forensics. So more on that next week. For now, the Modern Marvels Forensic Science movie questions, the rest of them, and then the notebook and Pear Deck, and then the columns on the exchange principle Padlet.